Alrighty, so in the previous video we covered firearms, pretty much all of these features here, just giving a rough overview and showcase for them. Now I want to move on and touch on projectiles. So this should be a very short video, as this system is designed to kind of have your projectiles replaced, or just add on to my projectiles if you wish. But as you can see here, I specifically state that I want it to be supporting things like easy ballistics, because I know that is very commonly used, and a lot of people are going to want to have the ability to use those projectiles. So either way, I went ahead and provided my own projectiles just so you could have them kind of as a placeholder, or again, if you really want to use them. So the things that we have over here, we have a drag curve. So the projectiles are affected by air resistance or drag, and you can define that yourself based upon a simple curve float. So you define your own drag, you're good to go. So that way you have different projectile types. So some would be like a flat nose, some would be kind of like a just normal 5.56, for example. They would have very different different ballistics in terms of how they get affected by the air resistance. So the 5.56 would cut pretty well through the wind because it's thin and it's pointy. The soft or the snub nose would kind of have more of an issue. So something like 30-30, 45-70, they're not going to be able to cut through the wind as the air as efficiently as 5.56 or a caliber with a similar bullet type. Now you have the option to have the projectile affected by wind. So if you want to have your projectiles affected by wind, literally the only thing you need to do is go to place actors, search for wind, drag a wind directional source into your map, tinker with the speed settings, and that's it. So if I wanted to make this have crazy wind that goes straight to the left, I'll give it 10,000 centimeters a second going that way to the left. And when I shoot this way, you can watch the projectiles curve to the left a good bit. So that's all you got to do to set literally upwind, and you are done. You could tune the velocity and the bullet weight right there like so. So that affects things like your impact force and all that fun stuff. So we also have draw debug options, which I think I actually got rid of because I remember testing with it and it no longer works. So I think I stripped that out when I was going through and kind of doing just a little bit of refactoring. But we have some basic events. So on projectile fired, basically when it spawns, and the firearm that spawned it. Then we have the on projectile hit, which is obviously the hit. So you can see here I'm calling a function that I made that's in my static library that I will overview kind of at the end of this series, because that's a part and works in conjunction with my physical material as well. So let's see, that covers everything for firearms. So like I said, this is going to be a very quick video. I'm trying to cover all these things as fast as possible so you guys don't get bored. And in the next video, we're going to cover characters. So we're going to cover all this real quick in the next video. So I will see you then.